Hello everyone, welcome to Krakow video series. MAH CET exam is going to be conducted on coming 23rd, 24th and 25th of this month. These last few days are very important for the aspirants to crack the MBA CET exam. So aspirants must be aware of do's and don'ts in these last few days. So in this video, we will discuss some last minute tips for the aspirants who are preparing for MBA CET exam. Also, we will discuss some other tips to improve speed and a sample exam taking strategy in detail. So before going to see the last minute tips, let us see the examination pattern. So as you can see, there will be 4 sections in this exam. The first section is quantitative aptitude, which contains 50 questions, and the maximum marks in this section are 50 marks. And the last section is verbal ability or reading comprehension, which contains 50 questions and the maximum marks are 50. So totally 200 questions will be there in this examination and the maximum marks are 200, and the test duration is 150 minutes, that means 2.5 hours. So each question carries 1 mark and there is no negative marking in this examination. So this is all about the examination pattern. Apart from this, if you want to take a mock test of MAH CET, we will provide you with one free MAH CET mock and 5 mocks for rupees 299 with detailed solution and analysis. So the link for the mocks are given in the description, so please check it out. So let us see the last minute tips for MAH CET exam. So MAH CET is not a tough exam as compared to the other MBA entrance exams like CAT. Attempting 200 questions in 150 minutes is not easy. A lot of practice, taking more mocks and analyzing them is the only way to enhance your speed. So with more speed and accuracy, we will be able to attempt more questions and thus will be able to maximize your score during the exam. So there are very few days left for the exam. So candidates should ideally focus on the revision of concepts and going through the mistakes done in the mock tests. So do not spend time learning new concepts because it might take more time to learn new topics, which is not recommended. Also, learning new concepts may lead to extreme stress, which may lose your confidence level, and it is better to avoid solving too many mocks. You can take 1 to 2 mocks just to implement your strategy on the day of the exam. Importantly, try to analyze your previous mocks once again and then you can get an idea about where you are going wrong. Look at the mocks where you scored less and identify your mistakes or your weak areas. Also, it is beneficial to identify your strong areas. MAH CET exam is a kind of unpredictable examination. So many of the aspirants overthink about examination in these last few days. It is better to have a positive attitude and relax. Do not panic about the examination. Exam taking strategy is very essential for the MAH CET examination, whereas the exam is speed based exam. So one must have a perfect exam taking strategy which can be prepared based on analyzing your previous mocks. As we know, MAH CET is a speed based exam, so speed becomes very crucial. Although you cannot magically improve your speed in these few days, some of these tips can help you improve speed in these last few days. Now let us have a look at some tips to improve the speed in each section of MAH CET exam. So quantitative aptitude section, the first tip is to have a strong base of fundamentals from all the concepts in this section. So if you are familiar with the fundamentals of all the concepts, you can find new shortcuts to solve a problem that takes more time to solve. So while doing the calculation during preparation for this section, vocalize your mental process to yourself. This process will help you memorize the concepts during the examination and improve the speed of calculation. So spend around 20 minutes on mental calculation every day, like simple multiplication, addition and subtractions. Avoid using pen and paper when practicing speed calculations. Being familiar with the tables at least till 25 also helps save time during the exam. So while solving DI questions, try solving using approximate calculations. Coming to the logical reasoning section, solving in an organized manner is the key. If you present the data properly, you don't waste time going through conditions multiple times. This helps you save a lot of time. Practicing various puzzles from topics that comes in the exam helps you improve your speed. Coming to the abstract reasoning section, a simple way is to practice more number of questions from this section. Try to practice various types of questions from this section and improve your skill in solving the questions from this section. And finally, coming to the verbal ability or reading comprehension, Reading daily will help you improve your speed. There is no substitute for reading when it comes to speed in this section. So read from different sources. A fast reading ability also help in other sections, as this is a speed based examination. Now let us see test taking strategy for MAH CET exam. Set an average time limit for attempting questions. As the MAH CET exam is time based exam, it is better to set a time limit for every question you attempt. Spending more than 2 minutes on each question is a bad idea, where the exam duration is 150 minutes, which is not quite enough to solve 200 questions. Which section should attempt first? It is necessary to decide which section to attempt first. It may vary from person to person, and it is advised to start with the section where you are strong enough. One can identify their strong areas by only giving a good number of marks during practice for the MAH CET exam, and try to attempt RC at last. This tip is mostly useful for the aspirants who are weak in VARC section in MAH CET. As the reading comprehension may consume more time, it is advised to check it out at last after solving all the questions that you can attempt in the examination. Also, accuracy won't improve just because you spent more time on an RC. Hence, try to attempt RCs towards the end, and also have some buffer time around 5 to 10 minutes towards the end of the examination to go back the unattempted questions. Try to solve these questions quickly if you can, or just mark option quickly and move to the next question. In any case, don't leave any questions unanswered. Let us see a sample exam strategy. So as we know, the exam duration is 2.5 hours. So try to solve all the easy questions from all 200 questions, and while solving them, mark the questions that are tough or medium to solve. If you find that particular question consuming more time, then skip it and note that question number and go to the next question. In this way, cover all the 200 questions within 2 hours. As mentioned earlier, it is better to skip the RC questions to attempt at the end, and then there will be 30 minutes in your hand. So at this time, focus on the questions that you are left, including RCs, and try to answer them, but do not leave any questions to unattempt, because there is no negative marking in this exam. So there is no point leaving any questions. So thank you so much guys, and all the best for your examination.